Hello and welcome to part 2 about the story Old Yeller. This is the story cover, and let's take a close look at the story cover. Here, of course, we can see the title Old Yeller, and this is the name of the dog. This dog that you can see in the picture, and this is the author and the illustrator. And here, this is the genre. The most important thing in this page is the genre, because the genre is historical fiction. So, what is a historical fiction story? It is fiction that takes place in the past. Means that the story occurred in the past. This is the time of the story. It happened long time ago. Also, from this background, what can you infer about the setting of the story? I think here you can see that this is probably a stream, and the dog is catching a fish from this stream, and at the back, grasses and trees. So this might be a place in the wilderness. So let's take a close look at page 28. On page 28, if you look at the picture and the illustration, from this illustration, what image comes to mind about Old Yeller's family? For example, if you look at their clothes and the background of the house and household goods, these things at the back, and this lamp especially, and from their clothes, what do you think? We might have an idea that this story happens in the past, and of course we knew from the genre that this is a historical fiction. So the setting means place and time. From this first page, if we read on, we are going to have an idea about the place and the time. The year is 1867, so this is in the past, on the frontier of Texas. So what is the frontier? Is the border between two countries. 14-year-old Travis, so we said that Travis is a teenager and he's 14-year-old, takes charge of the family homestead. So what is the homestead? The homestead is an area of land that was given. This is a historical term, an area of land that was given to people in the West, in the United States, okay, while his father is away. So this boy has taken the charge of the family in this remote area with his mom and his little brother, left behind with Travis. Who are they? His mother and the 5-year-old brother named Arliss. So the mother, so we have Travis, the mother, and Arliss is and also is a stray yellow dog. So who is the what's the name of this dog? The family calls him Old Yeller. When did this story occur? The story occurred in 1867. What does the time tell us about the genre of the story? We have discussed this, that this is in the past, so the story is historical fiction. This is the time, and the place is in the frontier of Texas. Okay, frontier means a border between two countries. And the homestead, what is the meaning of homestead? It's an area of land granted to a settler in the West as a home. We also said that this is a historical term, a historical word, homestead. So let's look at this. On page 29, we're going to read about Arliss and how does his brother, actually who's telling the story is the 14-year-old Travis, is the one who's telling the story. And the very beginning of the story, he is describing his little brother. So we are going to read, and we need to think about this question: what does this description of little Arliss's behavior tell about the role he plays in the family? What is he going to do? What is his role in the story? So let's read that little Arliss, and then an exclamation mark. So this sentence is said in a strong voice. That little Arliss, if he wasn't a mess, so he's a chaotic person. From the time he'd grown up big enough, he get out of the cabin. The cabin is their home. He'd made a practice of trying to catch and keep every little thing that ran, flew, jumped, or crawled. So little Arliss is collecting or gathering all kind of living things that can run, living thing that can fly, a living thing that can jump, living thing that can crawl. Oh, this is creepy. Okay, let's look here. What does this tell us about Arliss? That Arliss likes animals, that Arliss is a mess, that Arliss doesn't think before he grabs the animal that he loves. Okay, and every night before Mama let him go to bed, she'd made Arliss empty his pockets of whatever he'd captured during the day. So what is the meaning of captured? Means caught. Whatever he has caught that day, she makes him empty his pockets. Means that to take everything from his pocket out, and generally it would be a tangled up mess, like twisted things that he will get out of his pockets, like of grasshoppers. You know the grasshoppers, these insects that jump, and worms, and praying bugs. What is a praying bug? Okay, also we have here this word tangled, means twisted and chaotic. And praying bug, this is the praying bug, you can see the picture. It's a mantis. Okay, and little rusty tree lizards. So he gets everything out of his pocket: grasshoppers, praying bugs, lizards, worms. One time he brought in a horned toad. You know the horned toad, the one that you can see in the previous slide, that got so mad he swelled out round and flat. So the horned toad got so mad because Arliss captured him, and then he swelled out round and flat as a Mexican tortilla, you know, this bread, and bled at the eyes. He's describing the horned toad. Sometimes it was stuff like a young bird that had fallen out of its nest before it could fly, or very, very small chick, or a green speckled spring frog. So what is the meaning of speckled? Speckled means covered with spots. Or a striped water snake. So even water snakes, he would bring them in his pockets. And once he turned out of his pocket a wadded up baby copperhead that nearly threw Mama into spasms. So what is the copperhead? Is a venomous snake, and it was wadded up, like curled up in his pocket, and venomous, poisonous snake, and it threw Mama into spasms. Like, thank you so much, and please read the same parts again and write the notes down in your book. And if you have any questions, please post them in the discussion room. Thank you and goodbye.